Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 in the Lawn to No Dig Garden series. In this episode, I'll be giving this garden bed a makeover or renovation if you like. I'll start by removing the existing trees, mulching whatever I can, and adding it to my compost bins. I'll then level this area out, and once that's done, add some cardboard for weed suppression, and then on top of that, add some edging to this whole area and create separate areas for fruit trees and garden beds. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so you can see I started by cutting down these trees. I just left a decent sized stump here to make it a bit easier when I'm digging these out, so I've got a bit more leverage. Shredding all of this took ages with this little machine, and it really struggled with anything over 1 inch. If I was doing this regularly, I'd definitely be getting a bigger one. It didn't help the guava tree was laden with fruit, which kept on blocking up the hopper. If you like guava, let me know in the comments what I can make with them. If a fraction of the seeds that are gone into the compost end up germinating, I'm probably going to have enough to start a small orchard. You can see I got a decent amount of mulch from that. There's a fair bit of woody stuff in here, so I'm interested to see how well it breaks down. I'll keep you posted on that with a compost update at some stage. After a quick weeding, it was time to get started digging out those stumps. I chose to start with these little ones as I thought they'd be a nice easy one to dig out and give me a much needed early confidence boost. Turns out they're bloody tough and nearly broke me before I'd even got the first one out. Pushed on though, and with a bit of sweat managed to get out all 4. That's fun. may have noticed the fence in the background wasn't looking too flash, so I ended up giving it a quick moss and mold treatment and then came back and gave it a touch up the next day. Quick tip here, if you're after a lot of cardboard, try your local bicycle store. They seem to have a lot of big boxes like this and they're perfect for covering large areas. I did a quick test fit here just to make sure I had enough cardboard to cover the area and to get an idea of where the timber would go. I dug the edges out so the boards will sit about 30mm below the concrete edge. I then went ahead and squared up the ends of the boards that I'm going to use. This timber is all rough sawn 150 by 50 or 100 by 50 macrocarpa, and is some of the timber that my parents are having to clear out, so this didn't cost me anything. I'm using Eco M8 by 140 wafer head construction screws here to tie in these vertical boards, and 80mm ones to join the boards running along the front and back of the garden with the help of a backing board. These cost me $57. Alright, I screwed up here. I initially marked up the position of the vertical boards on the front edge of the bed and started attaching them. I got everything square and level, thinking I could then lift out the frame, attach the board that runs along the back, then add in the cardboard and drop the frame back into position. Here I'm adding the cardboard, cutting it to size and adding a relief cut along the front edge. I didn't do a relief cut on the back edge as I thought the weight of the frame would just push it into position. I spent ages here trying to get the frame level when I dropped it back down, but I found no matter how much I hit it with the sledgehammer, the cardboard was so thick it was just causing the frame to bounce rather than dropping into position. I spent a bunch of time off camera here laying the rest of the cardboard and adding relief cuts along the front and back edges to make sure it would drop into the right position this time. I also transferred all of the marks for the vertical boards to the back edge and attached those first to avoid having to lift the frame out again. I clamped a 105mm block level with the garden edge and stuck a 25mm peg under it to get the height that I wanted. After that, it was just a case of attaching the vertical board to the front edge of the garden bed. Here I'm just cutting a recess into the last board so that I can get the gate to shut. Alright, you can see here the beds are now starting to take shape. I've got 5 1x1 beds and 4 2x1 beds. The 2x1 beds are going to be used for growing veggies, and the 1x1 beds are each going to have a tree in them. I'll make a separate video planting out the garden beds, but I'm really excited to see what we can grow, given I've never tried to grow anything in autumn before. The compost I'm using here actually came from my first no-dig garden, which is why you can see it's got a bunch of roots and things in it. And you can see with the rake there, I'm just firming the surface up, I'm not actually compacting. I'm planning to plant a different crop in each bed. So the first bed I'm going to plant beetroot in, the second one is going to have shallots, the third one is going to have carrots. So I've actually screened this lot of compost that's going in here, and the last bed will have garlic. I gave the beds a good watering, and once that was done, it was time to cut out a section of cardboard so I could plant the fruit trees. I cut out a roughly 30 centimeter square section of cardboard in the center of each of the 1 square meter beds. The first tree going in is one of our lemon trees from the southeast corner of the section, which I needed to dig out. Fingers crossed it survives. I added some compost around the roots and patted it down before replacing the section of cardboard. I don't know much about fruit trees, so let me know what I should have done in the comment section. Next up here is a peach tree that I'm putting in. So this is a spring crest peach, and I'm just getting some water out of my water collection system here and just watering in that peach tree. I also went back and watered that lemon tree as well. Next up, this little thing here is a plum tree that I managed to grow from a cutting. This was taken from a plum tree at my parents' place, which got blown over during a storm, so it has some sentimental value, and I hope it grows well in its new home. This one here is a double grafted apple, so one side is Royal Gala and the other is Braeburn. Last but not least is one of the mandarin trees that I dug out when I was building my compost bins. The other one died, so this is the last one I've got, so hopefully it grows. This is 2 cubes of woodchip that I picked up for $120. I'm going to add this around the fruit trees to block out weeds and keep things tidy. I didn't even use half a cube of this, so I've still got plenty left over for other projects and pathways. Alright guys, with the wood chip in, that is job done on this garden renovation. I'm absolutely stoked with how it turned out. Here's a cheeky before and after pic to remind you what this area looked like at the start of the process. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the garden renovation. If you did, please leave the video a like and consider subscribing for more content like this.